Okay, we are ready to get started with our New York style cheesecake. And the first thing, of course, that we need to do is to make our crust. So I have here this neat, handy, manual food processor by the Pampered Chef. It's a great tool that can be used to do breadcrumbs, vegetables, onions, and I love the way that it works. It's manual, so I don't have to worry about having a bunch of cords when I'm preparing meals here. Just lift off your lid here, and inside you have your blades just like a food processor. I'm going to go ahead and add in some of my graham crackers for my crust here, because the recipe called for 12 graham crackers. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in to the food processor. Just break them up like so and place them in here. Then you're going to put your lid on top and push that down. Then your little handy lever right here, this little handy lever, it has a rubber bottom that will stay put while you're processing your food, and we're just going to good bicep exercise. So we're grinding up our graham crackers to start our crust. Just remove the lid and the blades here, and I have just the right consistency for my crust. I'm going to do just a few more, again, to show you how this works. Let's get the blade inside first, and then break up our graham crackers. I am really so excited to be a part of the Pampered Chef family. I love cooking and I love kitchen gadgets. I tell you, when we got ready to move here to our new place, everyone was laughing because out of 50 boxes, I would say about 35 of them were my kitchen gadgets. It's all about having a well-stocked kitchen so that you can prepare the meals for your family. Okay, so let's get this done. Let's finish doing our graham cracker. Okay, so we're finishing up grinding our graham crackers to make our crust. I'm also using a wonderful Pampered Chef spatula today to scrape down my bowl here. Alright, this is good and ready. I'm going to go ahead and put this back, set this down, and it has a nice little latch that keeps the handle in place. So if you're interested, check out my Pampered Chef website and you will find the manual processor. Okay, now, so we have our graham cracker crumbs already, and now we need to melt our butter and add that. I'm going to go ahead and add our sugar. That is a tablespoon and a half of sugar. The next thing I have here is Pampered Chef's prep bowls, which are just excellent for prepping your food. I like to set aside when I'm getting ready to do a recipe. Get all of my ingredients all in one place on a tray at one time, so that once I start putting together my meal or my recipe, then I have all of my ingredients right at my fingertips. So what I need to do now is take and put this 6 tablespoons of butter into my Pampered Chef measuring cup. And what I like about this is that you don't have to look down at the bottom to see what your measurements are. You can just hold your Pampered Chef measuring cup in front of you, and you can see your measurements. So when you're measuring flour, sugar, or liquid ingredients, you have your measurements right there in the inside. I love this. It's also microwave safe, so we're going to go ahead and put our butter into the microwave for about 30 seconds so that we can add it to our graham crackers to make our crust. Okay. Also, the other neat feature about the Pampered Chef prep bowls is that if you've chopped up your onions and you have some onions left over, you can place them in your prep bowl, put your lid on top. It keeps it nice and sealed and fresh for when the next time you need your chopped onions. All right. Okay, my butter is melted, and now I'm going to add that in to my graham cracker crust, and I'm going to mix that together. To get it into a nice paste type consistency, and then we're going to put that inside our springform pan. But just before we do that, we're going to butter the bottom of our springform pan, and I have my wonderful Pampered Chef basting brush. It has nice silicone bristles, and I'm just going to dip that into my soft butter that I have here. And I am going to make sure that the bottom and the sides of my pan is covered with butter. This is a neat little brush because once you're finished, you can just place it to the side of your bowl and it'll hang to the side of your bowl, and you don't have to worry about messing up your counter with it. It has a nice little hook there to hook right onto your bowl. So now I have my pan buttered, and the next thing is we're going to go ahead and put our graham cracker crust into our pan here. And when I would make my cheesecakes before, I would put this right in the oven and bake it right away. But I was watching Martha Stewart yesterday, and she likes to take her graham cracker crust and place it in the freezer for about 15 minutes and then bake it. That gives the butter and the graham crackers chance to chill and form in the bottom of your pan. And I thought that that was a great idea, so I am going to try it today. All right, I have here my breadcrumbs, and with my trusty Pampered Chef spatula, I've been able to mash my breadcrumbs down in the bottom of my springform pan, and I am going to set this in the freezer for about 15 minutes to set, and then I'm going to place it in my 350-degree oven, which is already preheated, and bake this for about 10 to 15 minutes to let it get nice and brown. And then once that is done, I'll let it cool, and then it'll be ready for our cheesecake batter. So I'm going to put this in the freezer I'll be right back in a few minutes.